Hello everybody and welcome back to City Skylines, where last episode we were working on some traffic issues that had cropped up, and it has partially cleaned up. Not necessarily fully cleaned up, but partially. In fact, it is, as I let this run, it is cleaning up. It was mostly right up in here. This turn was causing a bit of an issue, but as this runs here, it has cleaned up. One thing I was thinking about doing was upgrading this road here. That would require rebuilding this tunnel, almost certainly. But I think we're going to do that anyway. Let's go ahead and get this done. We're going to upgrade right through here. And yes, we're going to have to redo this section. That's probably fine. Let's see if we can just build this in. That would be nice. No is the answer, and that is because of this tunnel, which we did rebuild last episode, but we'll rebuild it again, and hopefully not have any major issues with that. That doesn't want to build. We'll take this section out of there, and we'll just try bringing this up and around, like... Yeah, it really doesn't want to go in there. That slope too steep. Okay. It's not that we're having a difficulty connecting there, but what if we brought it around this way and took it underground? Here is kind of awful. But then we redid this section to loop it in like that. There we go. And then redid that space already occupied, slope too steep. Yeah. Okay. What if we take it out over this direction instead? That's just slope too steep. Okay, what was that? Hang on. I mean, that works. Sure. I mean, I don't like what we've got going on here by any means. Let's take that out of there and see about bringing it in a little bit more like that. I still don't like what we've got going on here. Let's try it, bringing it out like so. And then we'll flip that around. Okay. There we go. Now, to be clear, that's not really going to help our issues right now, but that will clean up a potential issue that we were starting to see that then cleaned itself up. So that'll be fine. There's no connection over here right now, and that's fine. We don't actually need this power line. We can safely get rid of that. So that's excellent, and get all of that rezoned. Cool. And now we do see this situation here, which isn't hugely surprising, but it looks like that's not going to be a long-term issue. Okay. So that seems largely fine here. Do we have any other traffic issues that we should be thinking about? Honestly, for now, that seems to be largely okay. This is heavily trafficked up here, but we knew that would be the case. Okay. Our traffic appears to be flowing very, very nicely. So the next thing that we should be thinking about is we're, I think, a long ways away from level 5 in the JJ Gamer Park. Actually, only about 2,500 visitors. We might be able to get that this episode. That would be nice to get that done. And then we can redo that. No problem. We apparently have more desire for commercial. With the amount of abandoned commercial locations, I don't know how real that really is. But we'll bring this on in. And we have a little bit more demand for residential as well. And that does ring true to me. So we will get some over this way. There we go. We don't really need these two to be zoned, but that's fine. Okay, so we'll let that go. What other problems might we need to solve here? Well, we have a lack of workers up in the Casserole district. Educated workers. Okay, we haven't looked at education in a bit. Another elementary school would be a good plan. We'll put one here. Another high school wouldn't be bad either. We'll put one of those down here. How are we doing on university? University is doing okay. I don't think we need one of those just yet, but we can get some education going there. That'll be fine. More dead people pickup issues? Where? According to Twitter, there are. Ah, down over here. Okay, well, we can definitely put in another crematorium over here. I feel like there's enough, but apparently not. We'll put another one in. I think we're going down there to pick it up right now with this hearse. Yes. Okay, but there we go. We'll get that underway. Cool. So that's done. We don't have any major traffic issues at the moment. Are we planning to develop any major traffic issues? This is heavily trafficked. It could become a problem here. We could redo this with a very simple branch off going this way and coming out over here like that. And then get rid of this intersection and have something that comes out over this direction. That's apparently sloped too steep. Okay. Something like that. Okay, that's exciting. Yeah, something kind of like this. And then it comes around and connects up over here. We'd have to go down underneath here. So this would come down underneath here. Like so. And then connect in up here like that. And then we'd have to flip this around, because we'd want it to go this direction, of course. Okay, and now there's no way to get onto here currently. This does not want to flip because it's apparently sloped too steep to flip, which is awkward. But we can just build it in like that. Okay, so that'll be fine. Let's do a little bit of lane management here. This is not a current major issue, but it could become one. Okay, this is actually supposed to go here, not here. Let's take that out of there. And then this doesn't go here, it goes here. There we go. Cool. So we'll get that all assigned up, and then we will do the same thing over here. That merges on in. Oh, I missed that button. Fantastic. Okay, we'll try it like that. There we go. And get that going straight on in. Now, there isn't really a good way to connect here, currently. So I'm going to delete that, and we're going to have this be just a single lane that branches out like this and connects up like that. So if you're coming this direction, you have to go one of these two directions, which is definitely awkward. Hang on. Yeah, that's off-ramp, that's off-ramp. So that's to go this way, that's to go this way. And then if you're going this way, yeah, and then you'll have to cross the lane of traffic here. I'm not sure how helpful that is. I'm not sure how helpful that is at all. So then we would bring this out over here. And that would connect in, hypothetically, that would connect in out over this way. And then this would become like, oh, that's weird. Apparently we can do that. And then this could become 2-lane. This is a really weird setup. I'm not going to lie. This is a really weird setup. But that would become 2-lane, like that. And then we'll have to redo this section here, because it's only mildly awkward. Sure. I want to actually place it. There we go, not upgrade. So we would need to potentially take this section out and rebuild to here. There we go. And then we would need a way to go from here up over this direction, would be the way to go. So it would be something kind of like this, hypothetically. This is really wacky. I'm not going to lie. Is that slope too steep, or what's going on here? We're not getting any tooltip for that. That's probably slope too steep, looking at what we've got going on there. So, yeah, let's go ahead and grab this off of here. And, I mean, I'd love to bring this in over this way. The other thing that we could do is have it connect up over here, but that would be really awkward. I would really like to have it come off here and then link in right here. That would be ideal. But that's obviously way too steep. So if that's not going to happen, we could try to build it off this direction. And then have it come around like that. That doesn't work. Okay. This works. But I think we can't really get down here overall. So we might want to consider building it like up here instead. Like that. So, we're going to need to do some lane work here. There's some turns that we definitely don't want to allow. This turns here, and then these two go straight. This will likely be fairly busy, so we might want to have that be a dedicated turn lane. And then this will just go straight. We do not want them crossing traffic here. Okay, down over here, this can connect here, or here. No, this can't connect here. What's the purpose of going here and then coming here? There is none. This, let's see, this is going, what direction is this? Hang on. I need to think about that. So we're coming down this way, and then this comes out this way, which is for coming here and then coming like that. Okay, it's awkward, but it gets the job done. So this is allowed to cross traffic here. I don't love that. But there we go. So this goes straight only. This can turn here, or it can cross traffic here, which I don't love. And then this goes into that lane, like so. And we're not allowing a turn here. We should. There we go. So it's awkward, no doubt about it. We'll see if that causes any problem with crossing traffic in these two locations. For now, I'm not necessarily expecting it to, but we'll see how that goes. If it causes issues, we can rework this road here. But it's certainly very strange. Okay, so that's fine for the time being. Let's remove some abandoned structures here in this commercial district. Of course, these structures are being abandoned because there are not enough customers here. So we can remove all of that there. We only have 162 passengers coming in by harbor. We're seeing some decent amounts of traffic here. That's not surprising. But it looks like this is not a long-term problem overall. Okay, checking in on our industrial district, or rather our lumber district over here. This appears to be remaining nicely clean. Removing that road definitely helped. Cool. Just looking at all of our traffic right now, there's a bit of a backup here caused by a merge-in, but there's not a huge amount that we can do about that, really. So that pretty much just is what it is. That'll clean itself up. I think overall our traffic is flowing pretty well. And we have a bunch more abandoned structures over here. That's to be expected. Okay. So we'll get rid of those. And our demand is currently not particularly high across the board. Is it just me, or has it been a really long time since we've had any disasters? Where's that under? I think it was under gameplay options. Random disaster frequency. It's still where I put it last. I guess we'll turn it back up to its default, because it feels like it's been a really long time. I mean, we've probably just been getting lucky, but let's just turn that right on back up. Fantastic.
I'm your host.
Okay, there's a lot of lack of educated workers up over here. Our education system is working on that. We will remove some of these locations, and that will, of course, keep our demand for our industrial areas pretty low. There we go. Yeah, there's just lack of some educated workers. Wait. Oh, you need a well-educated worker. Right. Sure. Well, we're working on that. That'll be fine. This intersection here could become a problem. potentially. It currently is not, but it could become one if traffic becomes significantly higher. Looking at our tunnel situation here, we could put in another tunnel somewhere up here and then another one up here and connect that to our main spaghetti network. That is an option there. I was going to say an opportunity. It's not really an opportunity. It's an option. So that would be fine. This is a potential issue, but I think for now it's okay. Traffic is flowing reasonably well. If we were to do something about that, we'd have a tunnel come off here and then connect up like over here. And then forbid turning this way. Would be the way we'd do that. Which is an option, actually. We might want to think about doing that now. So that would come out over here and go underneath. And then that's going to be a pretty steep slope. No doubt about that. We could bring that in right here. And then start to bring it up. And connect it in like that. Then what we would do is we would have this be not a dedicated turn lane, but that would be the turn lane there. And then would also go straight. This would go straight. This would go straight. And then down over here, these would exclusively connect in here, merging together like that. And then these would connect in like so. And then this would just go straight. Like that. I don't know if this is enough traffic really to do that and whether we'll need a dedicated turn lane here or not. For now, I'm not going to put in a dedicated turn lane. Let's just allow this to go and see how that goes. Something like that. Okay. So they're no longer allowed to turn left here, instead taking this ramp. So far, that doesn't seem like that's going to be too extreme of traffic. Cool. Yeah, that largely seems like that's going to work. Excellent. What do we got going on up here? I think this is probably transitory and is not going to stick around for too much longer. Yeah. This is heavily trafficked through here, but traffic flows through it reasonably quickly. This is just people trying to merge in awkwardly. Okay. What is this on the surface, though? This here. Right. Once they get up here, traffic is moving fine, but it looks like this backup is clearing up. I'm not sure if it is clear, but it looks like it's clearing up. This intersection is a potential issue, though. And that is something that we should think about. Okay. So how would we go about lessening the strain here? I mean, this is... Actually, I feel like it's just kind of shifting directions, not really clearing up. So we should address this. They're not really using Green Boulevard as much as I'd hoped that they would. Yeah. One of the big problems here is that they're almost exclusively sticking in this lane, rather than using the outside lanes, which can turn in here. Now, why is that happening? That is a good question. We could connect this up here. I definitely want this to only go to this lane. This would go to this lane, and then these can go straight through. This doesn't necessarily have to be a dedicated turn lane, but I think it's maybe better in this case for that to be dedicated, to push them out into these lanes and allow this traffic to move through a little bit more cleanly. Hopefully. We'll see how that goes. Just that alone cleaned it up. Almost instantly. Beautiful. So that's absolutely fantastic. Very happy about that one. And then we've got this intersection here. We're going to do the same thing here. So this becomes a turn lane, and then these two are the throughput lanes. This one can turn here, and this one also can turn here, which can cause some potential issues. But we're going to just say, go straight on through, or straight on through here. That's fine too. Cool. There we go. So that'll clean up. We can do the same sort of thing here, which is a little bit awkward, but it's fine. Intersections can be a pretty major slowdown, but we're just going to move on through here, and then that becomes a turn lane. Cool. Okay. So that cleans that up. The problem there, I believe, was that they were trying to turn into a different lane other than this one, and all of the traffic this way was trying to stay in the rightmost lane. So that was causing a backup because they couldn't move through that lane of traffic. It wasn't a throughput problem, it was a lane selection problem. So that'll be fine. Fantastic. What else do we got here? A bit of a merge issue going on here. And that's because we have all of this traffic trying to merge on, and then these guys trying to merge over. I'm thinking about forcing this lane to merge back in to the center lane by making this be a dedicated turn lane. Like so. And we don't want these guys diving across traffic and turning here, so that's straight only. There we go. So we'd make it be something kind of like this. Most of this traffic is wanting to turn here anyway. So having that be a dedicated turn lane is probably a good idea, because that is pretty high traffic there. Okay, now what is this backup up here? Ah, okay. That's interesting to me. Let's make this be a little bit different here, because there's an open lane here that's just not being utilized. Let's force this lane to go into this outside turn lane. Well, that's a turn-only lane here. So one thing we could potentially do is... yeah, that's a potential problem there. Let's address this situation down here. Okay. And then we're just having a bit of issues over here. So this lane would go like this. This lane would go like this. So there should be no real problem there. And then this lane would go here. This lane would go here. This middle lane kind of goes either way in an awkward fashion. And then we should allow this lane here to turn here, if they so desire. It's a little awkward here with the cross traffic. We could make it so that this lane isn't allowed to turn here. It has to turn this way. But I feel like that doesn't actually help. So it would go like that. And will that start to clean up? Yes, actually. That is starting to clean up. Beautiful. So what else do we have as far as traffic issues go? I really love working on traffic issues. That's my favorite part of this game. I don't know if you can tell. I really like it. Okay, so we are looking pretty good, all things considered. Cool. Potential issue here. But I think overall that's cleaning up. That's just a very, very brief issue. Cool. Overall, our traffic appears to be flowing exceptionally nicely, with the possible exception of like this intersection at times, this intersection at times, but having them have like congestion at certain times isn't too bad. This. Right. I believe we worked on this previously. Yeah. So I want to remove this lane from here and have it merge exclusively into the outer lane, and remove this from here. We'll have this become a dedicated turn lane. But they're going to want to merge in over here and go off this direction. That's going to cause us some potential issues. I believe this is what we had set up previously. So we might want to think about another option here. I mean, that's the point of this bypass, right? And I would have made this be a little bit more direct, except for all of the slope issues over here. But that is literally the point of this bypass, is to deal with this issue. But yeah, that's definitely causing a pretty major issue there. And it's mostly because almost everyone here wants to turn off here. Yeah. The better way to build this, to be clear, would have been to be able to bring it off over here and connect it here. It was never going to happen under any circumstances. So at least some traffic is being pulled off this direction. Not nearly as much as I would have liked. But yeah, this is the setup that we had previously, I'm pretty sure, and we can definitely do something like this, or even this. And then we would ideally want to make like this yield. But that's going to cause a large backup over here. But maybe that will drive more traffic up to the bypass. Okay, they're basically just not going at all. And basically no one is using the bypass now either. Okay. Well, there's that. We'll get rid of that. This does flow better without signs. That's for sure. The question is, though, what if there was an easier way? The answer is there is an easier way. We could take a highway ramp here and connect it here. Like that. That should relieve a lot of pressure on this setup here. People will now mostly only be going this way if they want to go this direction, in theory. Let's see how that goes. This should start to clean up a little bit. We're going to have some issues here for some time here. Okay. So that's definitely causing some people to come up this direction. That is what we want. Broadly speaking, that would be great. What if we completely eliminated this? At this point. Like that. Now this is, I believe, is this 2-lane? Or is this single lane? This section is 2-lane, isn't it? It is. But that currently merges down to 1 lane, and for now that's probably okay. So let's let that go, and I want to see what happened with the, yeah, I thought that that might be the case. This is a little messed up. We're not going to have this happen. We're instead going to do that. Cool. Everybody just passes straight on through. Oh, hello. People are turning the wrong way over here. That is definitely not allowed. You are not allowed to turn across traffic here. Don't do that. Please. Please don't do that. There we go. Okay.
This is All That Jazz. I'm your host, Jazz Boatman.
Cool.
I apologize for being a little overexcited right now. I want to apologize if I sound a little...
So once we get up here, this merge-in is having a little bit of trouble.
Let's just say it's hard to contain.
but it is cleaning up, I think. There's a lot of traffic that needs to work its way through this, but overall, I think that our throughput is good enough. This is definitely a very awkward tunnel, no doubt about it. Very spaghetti-y. We should definitely not allow people to dive across 2 lanes, or dive across an additional lane of traffic here. This only merges in like so. Okay. There we go. Let's get that under control. And we'll see how that ends up going. Definitely quite a lot of traffic moving up through here, but that should be fine. It is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode, we'll see if this is working any better. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including Catherall, Sigma162, JJ Gamer, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Video Games Are Not Real, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.